Welcome back. In this video, we are going to be exploring Portainer Registry. Now, you will notice that in our previous video, we have been pulling our Docker images from the public Docker registry, which is the Docker Hub. We have been pulling all our images from here. I went to my repository and remember I pulled the Nginx, I also pulled the web app and all that. Now, if you come here, you should click on the local, click on container, and when you click on hard container, you will see that automatically under the image is saying it is configured by default to docker.io. Docker.io is the public Docker registry, which is our Docker hub that I just showed you right over here. But the question is, what if you have your images stored in other registry? How can you do it? We are going to learn how we can add registry to our Portainer to enable us pull images from different sources. Now, if you come right down here and you click on registry, you will see that we have the Docker Hub by default is added as the source of the registry. But if you go over here at the top right, you can see the hard registry tab. So if you click on hard registry, then it gives you a lot of options to add registry. You can add the Docker Hub. If your Docker Hub is a private registry, because you know that your registry can either be private or public. So if your Docker registry is, your Docker Hub is a private Docker Hub, then you're going to require authentication. You're going to require a username and a password or a token to add that registry. Unlike the public registry that doesn't require that. So you can also add ECR, which is Elastic Container Registry from AWS. You can add Azure, you can add your GitLab registry, you can add your GitHub registry, and a whole lot. So, but in this video, we are going to be adding our ECR registry. So, and in that case, you are going to click on what? ECR. And in this case, we are going to be adding both a private and a public ECR registry. So the first one is we are going to go onto our AWS console and we are going to add a public ECR. So I will navigate to my AWS. This is my AWS console, and I will click. I already have ECR as one of my tab here. If you don't have it, you can just type ECR, and it's going to come up with Elastic Container Registry. You're going to click on it, and it's going to take you to the console. And so this is what you are likely to see if you have a registry there, and we can click on the hamburger icon here, and we have the registry, we have the private registry, and we have the public registry. So the first thing we are going to do here, we are going to be adding our public registry. So I'm going to click on what? Repository. And this is going to take me to my public repository, and it's going to show me all the images that I have there. So before you can use any of these images, the first thing is you need to add the what? The registry. How do we add the registry? Let us go back to our Portainer. And when I click on registry, the first thing is what is asking for the name. What is the name of the registry? So I'm going to call it ECR public. Let me call it ECR public. So I call it ECR public registry, and it's asking me what is the URL of the what? Of the registry. And it's giving you an example here of what it looks like. So I'm going to go back to my registry and I'm going to copy the URL. So if I click on the URL, it's just the portion before the name of the app. You can see if I click on this, if I click on this app on the images, you can see there's a portion of the what? Of the image. This is the complete image name, but there's a portion that contains the URL just right before the name of the image. So I'm going to copy the whole thing here now. Okay, I'm going to copy the whole thing, and I'm going to go back to my URL, and I'm going to just what? Paste it. So let me just clean. Now this is the URL. Since this is a public registry, I do not need authentication. So I'll just go ahead and click on what? Add registry. So you can see from the top here, it said successfully created. And now when I click on registry, I have what? Two registry. I have the Docker Hub and I have the what? The ECR public to choose from. Now, let's just go ahead and add the other private registry so that we can now go ahead and pull our images as the case may be. So I'll go back. Now I want to add my private registry. So I'll go back to my console, and under private registry, I will click on repository. And I have an image here, which is an online bookstore. Let me just click on one of it, and I'm going to copy the whole of this. I'll copy it, and I will go back to my container, to my Portainer. I will click on add registry, and it's asking for the name again. I'm going to put it ECR private. Okay, ECR private, and it's asking for the what? Oh, sorry, it is ECR. Username, I'm going to add it ECR private. It's asking for the what? For the registry URL. I'm going to paste this, and I'm going to remove everything until .com. Okay, and since this is a private registry, I'm going to need an authentication. So I have to turn this button, and it's asking for the authentication. What does it need? It needs the what? The AWS access key and the secret access key. So I'll go back to my my AWS terminal, and if you look at the top here, I'm logging in as a user called Felix_M. So that user must have those AWS credentials. So if I go back to my IAM, and I click on IAM here, and I click on the user. If I click on the user here, and this is the user that is logged in. If I click on this login, then I'll click on security credential. If none is existing, of course, if you come down here, you can see access keys. I already have two of them, and they're active, and I've already downloaded them. If there's none here, then you need to create an access key, okay? But I don't want to create an access key since I have one in use. So I'm going to go and pick those access key and provide them in the Portainer. So I will just minimize this. I already have them here, so I'm just going to copy them. So I'm going to copy the access key, which is here. It is not good for you to expose your access key, but this is just a demo, so don't bother yourself about it. So I'm going to paste that, and also secret access key. I'll also come here and copy my secret access key, okay, and then I'm also going to paste it. And it's asking me where is it located, and of course, if you go back to my console, I'm in the let us see where the ECR is. I'll click on ECR, and then my ECR is in the United States, not Virginia. It's in the what? East, US East 1. So I'll come back here and select US East 1, and I'll go ahead and click on add registry. So now I have registry, and can see what is the difference here. It says authentication enabled, because this is a private registry. And what differentiates it, you can see in the public registry, it actually shows that it's public, while in the private registry, it comes with the ID of the AWS account. Now that we have this ready, I'm going to head over to my home, and now I want to pull a container from my private registry. So I will click on this and I will click on container. Now I want to add a container. First, I'll be adding it from my public registry. So if I go back here, if I go back to my repository, I click on public repository, and I want to pull this image called Nextcloud app. So this is the image. You should click on image, and this is the tag. So I'm going to copy. This is the complete image. You know that a Docker image is made up of the image name and the tag. So you can see here, if you look at what we have here, this is the repository name. This is the name of the app, and this is what? The tag. So everything here is the complete image name. So I'm going to copy it, and I will go back to my Portainer. I will click on Add Container. What is the name of the container? I will put it Nextcloud app. And what is the registry? Now, if I click on the drop down, it's going to allow me to down select, which of course before we have only this, but since we have added two other registry, now we can select from what we have. So I will be taking what? The public registry, and it's asking me what is the name. But what do you notice here? You can see that the address of the registry has already been added. So I can't add everything again because this is already part of the URL. So all I just need is what? The image name. And what is the image name? The image name is this, only this. And that is what I will copy and paste here. And of course, it has given you the example. If you look at it, let me take it up. It says my image and my tag. You can see it here, e.g. my image, my tag. So I'll just paste it, and I will go ahead. I will add map. I will map the port. This app, I think it is open on port 8080, I think, and this on port 80. I suppose. And then I'm going to what? Click on deploy container. Don't forget, if I intend to interact with it, I'm going to click on interact mode. Well, I don't plan to do that. So now I'll just go ahead and click on what? Deploy container. And you can see now it's in progress. It's working, and you can see it is loading from the top right here. And when it is done, it's going to pull the Nextcloud container from our Elastic container registry. So let's wait for that to happen, and then we'll go ahead and test it. And now it is what? It is successfully deployed. And you can see now we have the Nextcloud app, and it's running. So now I can just go ahead and click on the publish port. So if I just click on the publish port, and then we have the Nextcloud app up and running. If you like, you can create an account and log in, and you'll be able to install the app and use it. It's a very nice app. You might want to check it out. I'm going to put the image link there. Since it's a public registry, I'm going to put the link in the comment section, and you should be able to use it. It does not need authentication. And you can see this is the app. You can set it up if you want and all that. So now let us go back and pull another registry, another container from the private registry. So I just click on add container. I can give it a name too. Let me call it online group. That is not actually working, I know. But I just wanted to show us how we can pull it. So I'm going to click on this and select private. And you can see this said the image is required. So I will go and copy the image. I will come back here, click on my private repository, and I will click on, this is the name of the image, but it needs a tag. So I'm going to click on this, and this is the tag. So I'll just copy that part of the online, and I will go back and put it here. So I think this is just be the part, and I will click on I think it's map. I can't remember the port. Let me use this, and then I'll just go ahead and deploy the container. I just wanted to show how the container is being pulled. Okay, I know this is not working. Of course, you can see it's not working. It's come out with an exit code. I know it's not working, but I just want to show us how you can add registry and how you can use registry to pull. How you can use private registry with authentication to pull your image from different um, registry. So now we are able to pull um, our images from different registry. So I'll just go ahead. I'll just click on image and remove that image that is not good, which is or it is in use. Note that if image is in use, you won't be able to remove them. So I will just go back to my home, click on this, click on the container that is running, and I'm going to take off the container because it's not working. Also, let me quickly put this out there before I close this video. If you did not provide a name for your container while deploying it, Portainer will automatically generate a random name. You can see you call this one Laughing Brown. So, but of course, you have the opportunity to change it. If you want to change the name, you can edit and change the container name. Okay. So, but I'm not going to be doing that. You can come here. You can change the name if you like. What is that? What is that container? I think the container is Santa. So that means I can come here. And I can edit it, and I can call this one Santa. And then I can deploy the container. Oh, it failed because why? Because it is running. Because the container is running, so I will need to first stop it. Okay, I will need to first stop the container before I can change the name, I believe. So I can stop the container, I can edit it, and I can call this one Santa, and then I can go and deploy again. I hope you can see now the Santa has been deployed. I can go ahead and remove this. You can see this one now is in exit code because it has been renamed, and you can remove it. So this is how much we can learn. In this video, we have been able to add different registry depending on as the case may be by going to this. And you can try on your own case to add if you have an Azure registry, if you have a GitLab registry or a GitHub registry, you can try it out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in another video. Thank you.